Friends, it's a real pleasure to speak at this important conference today and to bring solidarity from my union PCS. I'm immensely proud that PCS has for many years led the cause in the trade union movement in demanding justice for the people of Palestine in Gaza and in the West Bank. Our members from across PCS have been fundraising for Gaza, and in one department, HMRC, they were disgracefully prevented from raising money for medical aid for Palestine, a legally registered and well-respected charity. Let's remember that our members are directly employed by government, and this was clearly under the previous government. The department reasoned that it was seen as too political and not in line with government values. Well, let's hope with a change of government, these values have changed too. But of course, we cannot leave it to hope. Because our members were blocked from fundraising in their workplace, PCS responded immediately by making a donation of £10,000 to medical aid for Palestine. And we have been absolutely clear. Until Palestine is a free and independent nation, we will continue marching, we will continue boycotting, and we will continue protesting. Because it's not just in the trade union movement that people have been organising and acting where the government fails to do so. I want to pay tribute to the students and the academics who often, in the face of threats and intimidation, have faced down opposition and won concessions on divestment from several higher education institutions, as Ben referred to in his opening remarks. And at the end of last month, Islington Council announced that it will not renew its contract with Barclays, as it had received no satisfactory answer from Barclays about its complicity in human rights abuses in the occupied Palestine territories. We need to replicate that across all universities, councils, businesses, trade unions, and amongst our friends and families too, for their personal accounts. Barclays invests in Israel's biggest weapons producer, Elbit Systems. It contributes to the war crimes, apartheid, and decades of illegal occupation and oppression faced by the Palestinian people. But the urgent issue now is to pressure the incoming government to immediately ban arms sales to Israel. There is no moral or legal case not to do so. When Russia invaded Crimea in 2014, the UK government banned arms sales. And in 2022, following the invasion of Ukraine, it went further and it banned all dual-use goods too. There were economic sanctions, diplomatic sanctions, targeted sanctions on key Russian officials too. And when the International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu and for Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes, then we should be asking, where are the UK government sanctions? When the International Court of Justice rules, as it did in July, that the Israeli occupation of Palestine is illegal, then that Israel must dismantle its settlements and provide full reparations to Palestinian victims and facilitate the return of displaced people, again, we should be asking, where are the UK government sanctions? The new Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, said he believes in the international rule of law, and the Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, says that Labour supports the ICC as a cornerstone of the international legal system, whether it's in Ukraine, Sudan, Syria or Gaza. Well, if you believe in the international rule of law, then you apply it in this country and you respect it with action, not just words. Our PCS members work in government departments that grant weapon licences, and if the government doesn't respect international law, then we are doing all we can to seriously consider taking legal action in defence of our members. So our approach will be to campaign and support campaigns to change and toughen government policy, but as successive governments stand by, as Palestinians continue to be murdered, it is we, the people, in our unions, through our councils, in our workplaces, and as individuals who must say no more, not in our name. And that is why PCS Union proudly supports a people-powered campaign of boycott, divestment and sanctions against the state that has illegally occupied Gaza and the West Bank for 57 years and that is committing war crimes on a daily basis against the Palestine people. And that is why my union is so proud to support the Palestine Solidarity Campaign and to support this conference today. I bring you our full solidarity. Thank you so much for listening.